Hello. For our project, we did West Coast wildfires and focused in on the state of California. My name is Jill Taylor.
And I'm Andrew Flory.
The history. In order to understand a problem, you have to know the history and the definitions. So, according to the National Geographic, a wildfire is an uncontrolled fire that burns in the wildland vegetation, often in rural areas. It goes without saying, but wildfires can occur naturally, like for lightning strikes. But the vast majority of them are caused by humans. Obviously, because it's a fire, it's dangerous, but they are essential to the health of the environment. There are plant species that rely on the occurrence of wildfires, such as scrub oak, that rely on the heat of the wildfires for their seeds to germinate. Wildfires are also essential in keeping ecosystems healthy, such as getting rid of pests and clearing shrub and underbrush to provide new niches for the system. The Big Blow Up was an event that occurred in 1910 in the states of Idaho, Montana, and Washington, where a wildfire lasted for 2 days and caused wide-scale devastation, where the U.S. Forest Service was blamed for it on the lack of prevention. But they were able to convince the general public and Congress that the only way to prevent this from ever happening again was the policy of fire suppression. They even went as far as creating education programs and later got to what we know as Smokey the Bear. There are four key ingredients that drive the California wildfires. It's the changing in climate is the first one, and much of the West, including California, gets its moisture in the winter and fall months before the summer and spring dries out. The lack of rainfall coupled with warm temperatures cause the vegetation to serve as kingland for the wildfires. As we touched on with people, the interaction with the forest is causing wildfires to occur more prominently. The history of fire suppression is also a big part where all that dry organic matter is being built up and where it would have just burned away if it wasn't suppressed is now becoming more and more built up. And then you have the Santa Ana winds, which are dry winds that are fueling the fires, but not only that, but are spreading the fires and moving the embers around to cause the wildfires to expand.
So what problems are we going to tackle here? We're going to focus on two main problems: a lack of funding in various jurisdictions. Where the fire starts determines the jurisdiction. So if the fire starts in one place, there might be different management options chosen. So some people will choose to let the fire burn, others might choose to nip it in the bud immediately. And this can create a lot of confusion and delay response times. Along with that, there's a general lack of funding, which makes it hard for anybody to manage and upkeep their forests, to have the proper equipment and personnel necessary to manage forests and to reduce the risk of wildfire. And there's always the struggle of both state and federal funding. What do we recommend? First, we recommend either creating a central authoritative figure or organization, or choosing one existing organization and giving it all jurisdiction over fire, no matter where it starts. This would centralize the response, so there would only be one response and they would eliminate the confusion. Along with that, you could give that one organization the funding needed to have more employees, equipment, to better manage and upkeep the forest, to reduce the severity and likelihood of wildfires. You can do this by creating fire breaks, thinning the forest, removing debris, and other forest management techniques. On top of that, we believe that we should create policy that directs people how to better protect their houses and the other buildings in the case of a fire. Things such as closing your doors and windows so that embers can't get in, and having non-flammable roofs such as asphalt shingles or metal. All of that paired together with proper education programs would help reduce the risk of wildfires and the severities when they do happen.
So, for conclusion, wildfires are essential and should not always be suppressed. And California's situation is fairly complicated. You have jurisdiction problems that are contrary. You have lack of funding, You have climate change impacts, such as the drier season and lack of water. You have the human interaction with the environment that is mostly causing these wildfires. You have the long history of fire suppression that is fueling the fire, as well as the winds that are also fueling the fire. And California needs to either create or pick with the creation an authority for the jurisdiction and get funding. They should also create a policy and educational programs to help save lives and protect infrastructure. Thank you for watching. Do you have any questions?